I say it a lot about bikes that I've wanted to ride, and this is up the... So let's cut straight to it. This is what I'm on today, courtesy of Into Moto in Warrington. These things, come on. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know what type of bike I'm into. I ride a Harley Davidson. Give you a bit of a clue. When I was younger, these were the bikes that I really wanted because I loved the style of it. Really loved the style of it. The price is amazing, and for the life of me, I don't know why I never ended up buying one, but really should have done. Moving on, so this is the Keeway Superlight. It's a 125, so with a CBT and a provisional driving license, you can be riding one of these bikes. How good is this? It looks absolutely massive. I mean, look at the size of me here. Now, I've stood behind 400, 500, 600 cc bikes that don't look as big as this presence wise. You would not know it was a 125. I think the L plates give it away, but if it didn't have L plates on, you'd think this bike was loads bigger, engine wise anyway. So let's have a look around it usual way. We'll have a look. I'll show you the bits I like, the bits I love, and the bits that I don't, if we find anything. Let's go for the sexy close-up first. Right, so what strikes me with this bike, I mean, I love the cruiser style bikes anyway, but it's the exhaust system. It's a 125, but look at the state of that. It's beastly. Nice, beastly, big, twin slash cut exhaust. Yeah, love it. Everything about this bike is kind of substantial. Everything's like big and chunky, and you've got your footboards here, and you can see you've got a really nice big foot brake, and it feels really well made as well. Feels proper, like big and chunky. Look at that. It's even got a kickstart. Now these bags, again, I really like the look of these bags. I think they are really in keeping with the style of the bike, certainly because it's got the studs on, as does the seat, so it just fits it quite well. But I think they look nice and they feel nice as well. That tank looks absolutely monstrous. Shouldn't have a tank that big on a 125, should you? There are loads of 125s available, but not many of them will look as good as this, and certainly not many of them at this price point. Now that Benelli TNT that I got, I'm almost certain is like very similar in price to this, and the Benelli for me is like a little bit of a toy. It's a plaything, whereas this looks like a big bike that you could actually do quite a lot of traveling on. And I don't feel that way about my TNT. I think the TNT is a plaything. This looks like a proper beast of a bike. Shocking, I'm calling a 125 a beast, but that's what this is doing to me. Genuinely looks loads bigger than a 125. Well, that's a nice little mechanism actually for the passenger foot pegs. It's got a centre stand on it. So it's got a side stand, a centre stand, a kickstart, comes with bags. This has got absolutely everything. How the hell do they make this for that price? Gone are the days for me where you'd look at something like Keeway and go, no, it's just cheap rubbish, that, isn't it? Because it really isn't anymore. This bike's been on the market for must be over 10 years now, if not more. I'm sure, I'll check, but it's been on the market for that long, and they're still making them. People are still buying them, and they haven't got a bad rep. They've got a really, really good rep. So they're obviously doing something right, and the fact that they're still keeping the prices low is a credit to them, but it's also good for us because everything's pigging expensive at the minute, isn't it? Just not this Keeway. So we've even got engine guards. Again, most bikes that'd be an extra, wouldn't it? Certainly with bikes I've had recently, that extra would be about £1,000, 1,500 quid. Well, not with this. Fuel gauge on your fuel tank. On the left hand side we've got your left indicator, your horn, your high and low beam. So very much like the Harley way of doing it, your left button is your left indicator. We've got your right indicator, your engine cut off and your engine start. It's very Harley Davidson, that, getting your indicators on separate sides. Let's talk mirrors as well. Now, mirrors for me, they serve a purpose. It's a safety thing, you can see behind you, etc. But they have actually gone into a bit of style in here with them. So they're not just a boring one piece bit of metal. It's styled quite nicely, I think. They do look rather good. But we've got your speedo, we've got your rev meter. Simple, simple, simple. But that is, it's a classic cruiser, isn't it? You don't need loads of digital screens. You need to know how fast you're going, and even I suppose the rev meter, it's a nice addition, but it's not essential. Nice big windscreen, so you're going to get that wind protection. Now it's only a 125, so it's not like you're going to be blasting motorways at super speed, but when you are on a dual carriageway or you're doing 60 mile an hour, which is probably about the limit for this bike, you're going to get that wind protection, which is good, because again, most bikes it's an extra, isn't it? And this is just the standard setup of this bike. As a 125 to do a local journey on, can you think of a cooler looking one? I know there's some great bikes out there. The Mondial HPS that I've done recently, that bike is absolutely gorgeous, stunning bike, absolutely lovely to look at, work of art really. But that bike it's at least 1,500 quid more than this one. It's more expensive, and this is what I'm saying with these. They are an absolute bargain. They're a steal, which is why they sell so well. I know you all want to know how cool I look on this, but just imagine rocking up to your mates at age 17 on something like this. You're going to be the coolest. They might turn up in the 50-year-old Ford Fiesta or whatever it is the kids are driving nowadays, but you turn up in this and you're giving it this in the car park. Yeah, there's a reason why Fond's got all the girls. Really low seat height. Really low seat height. I'm flat foot with a bend in the knee. You know, for the slightly taller rider, this seat is massive. So you can sit a little bit further back on the seat if you wanted to. You've got your footboards here. So if you are that little bit bigger, you've got plenty of leg room to stretch out, and you can sit a little bit further back in the seat if you wanted to. The actual riding position for me is brilliant as well, because you have got a straight back, so you're not going to be leaning forward and getting a sore back on those journeys. Enough gushing over this bike. I love the look of it. Really like the chrome stuff on it. Again, I'm not one for throwing loads of facts and figures out at you. If you're interested in the facts and figures, stay at the end. I'll always put all the details on there. If you're interested in brake disc sizes, the exact kind of length, width, height, horsepower, all that stuff, I'll put all the details at the end. So don't worry, it's all there. So if you want to skip right to that now, by all means do. But if you do, you'll miss out on the test ride where I can see what this is really like when we get the wheels moving. And I, for one, am very excited because I've already had a little ride on it and I'm really impressed with the comfort. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Now, I've been told that this is one of the best sellers that they have. And do you know what, I can see why. They're clearly inspired by Harley Davidson, clearly, because they have got that kind of look to them. Cost-effective way of going short journeys. And this again, 125, the MPG on this I shall put up now. I'm sure it's going to be very similar to the TNT. Wouldn't surprise me if it's like 80 plus miles per gallon, but I'll put the exact figures up now once I've searched them out. Bit of a brake test. Oh, that's actually really good. That's impressive. Just really nice to ride. It's comfortable. It sounds alright. Loads of benefits to riding a smaller engine bike. So if you are an experienced rider and your bike is just to get you to and from work or the shops and you're relatively local, don't just rule out a 125. Because you'll save a fortune. It's a bit windy, but I'm comfortable on this because the wind protection is really good, and this will keep up with traffic. I'm not holding anybody up. And don't forget how ridiculously cool I look as well. As much as people will deny it, nobody goes out buying a motorbike to make themselves look stupid. Everybody goes out buying a bike because they think it looks nice, first and foremost, and then it has to ride and perform well as well. Now this rides and performs as good as most 125s that are out there. This is really well priced. Comparing it to other 125s out there, this I think is really hard to beat because I think it's great value. But there's a lot to be said for the looks of it, and if you are, you know, if you're into your cruiser type bikes and you can do it at age 17 on one of these things, why the hell not? That's what I say. I can't complain about it. 125s go. This has got to be one of those bikes that it's just on its actual rideability and comfort. This bike is up there for me for one of my favourite 125s, and the price of it, given the price of it, which you always have to when you're looking at bikes like this, it possibly would tip it over the edge for me as a real contender. Anyway, I'm going to take it back because whilst I'm enjoying riding it, I think if I ride it anymore, I'm going to convince myself to swap the TNT, and I don't want to do that because I've already got a cruiser. But it is that good, genuinely. If you were considering or umming and ahhing about one of these, let me make your mind up for you. Just buy one. You will not regret it because you'll feel cool, you'll look cool, and at a great price as well. So thanks for watching. I'm back at Into Moto in Warrington. As always, if you're interested in one of these bikes, have a look in the description. Links to their website are there. Thank you very much, guys. Catch you on the next one.